A teenage girl sets off on a daring quest across the ocean in order to team up with a mighty demigod and save her people in the action-packed adventure, Moana.
Aloha, I'm Auli'i Cravalho, you're watching Made in Hollywood, and here's the scene from Moana.
Legend tells of a hero who will journey to find the demigod Maui. And together, they will save us all.
I love your story because you didn't do anything before Moana, and this was like something that just came along, and now you're in one of the biggest animated films of the year, if not the biggest. So, yeah. I mean, how does that feel for you?
Pretty cool, I must say. I'm 15, this is my first official job. Pretty good first job. Pretty good first job.
I mean, not too bad, right?
We want you to be the voice of Moana in our movie. We really do. We really do.
Thank you so much. I loved playing Moana. This has been incredible. I mean, receiving this role has been such a huge blessing, and I mean, I will never forget this time in my life.
Demigod of the wind and sea, I am
Hero of men.
What?
It's actually Maui shapeshifter, demigod of the wind and sea, hero of men. I interrupted from the top, hero of men. Go. I've been really lucky to do some pretty cool things in my career, but this is like a whole other level. And honestly, it's the bucket list thing that I never knew I needed until I did it and I saw the movie.
This is later now, after you're trying to convince Maui to go on your mission, basically.
I'm not going on a mission with some little girl.
This is my canoe, and you will journey to different.
Did you ever imagine that you would be doing music for a Disney animated film?
In my wildest dreams, yeah. And I had
Because
some
what was your
pretty
favorite
wild
Disney
dreams.
movie?
My favorite, Little Mermaid. I saw that when I was 9.
And the same directors.
Same directors. We also have a crab in ours. Ours is much meaner than Sebastian, but yeah, no, it's a dream come true in a lot of ways.
So then did you geek out when you met the directors for the first time?
My first time meeting them was my interview for the job, and I said, you guys are the reason I'm here.
So about 3 years ago, we flew to New York, and we met with actually a number of people in theater and in Broadway. And one of those people was this guy, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and he briefly, just very offhandedly mentioned that he was working on something else, which was this kind of hip-hop version of the story of Alexander Hamilton for public theater. I didn't know what to make of that.
Yeah, well, that'll come and go, right? You can focus on this movie.
What has 2 thumbs and pulled up the sky? When you were waddling yay high, this guy. When the nights got cold, who stole you fire from down below?
You can sing.
Sing is a good way to put it. Thank you, by the way.
When did you discover that you can sing? Did you always know that? Because it was a surprise to me.
I think I knew when I first got drunk. I'm like, hey, I could really sing. No, I kind of grew up singing in terms of our family and Polynesian culture. Never to this extent. It was kind of nerve-wracking at first. There was like Lin-Manuel, and he's a genius, and he wrote this song for me, and his writing is complicated, and lyrically he's dope. But it's also very complicated in how he puts things together.
Really, our first responsibility was to make sure we represented this part of the world that doesn't get to see or hear themselves on screen that much. And Opataya Foai, one of my co-writers, is an incredible musician and an incredible ambassador for his culture.
See the light as it shines on the sea. It's blinding.
I loved recording the music. It was something that I'd never done before, obviously. Whenever I sing, I'm either in the car or basically anywhere. But being in a booth and having people look at you, I don't know, I was fine with it for the regular dialogue, but singing, that was something kind of different. So I remember I asked that the lights actually be dimmed down a little bit, because I kind of wanted to forget that people were looking at me.
It was a lot of fun. I loved it, and I'm happy the song came out well. Plus, it's a lot of pressure. Like, the bar is set very high.
That's a Disney film.
When you sing in a Disney movie, like
have to
a
be a good
classic
singer.
like this, yeah, you can't suck. That's for sure.
One of the main messages of the film is listening to that voice inside that's calling to you. So what was the first thing that you remember thinking that you would do with your life?
The first thing I thought I was gonna do was I thought I was gonna become a professional football player. It didn't work out for me that way. And so, like a lot of times in life, we go along and we put a lot of work and effort into something that doesn't work out. And then I got to a different game,
well,
right?
Yeah,
so
the result's the same, just a different journey.
Just a different journey.
Made in Hollywood.